UFC 234's co-main event will welcome New Zealand's hottest prospect, who hails from the country's largest city. African-born Israel Adesanya is a unique character in the world of martial arts, largest city. One whose lingering childhood imagination, African-born Israel Adesanya, gave him perspective and identity.
When I was living in Nigeria, I used to look on TV at the people and what they were doing. Like, man, it'd be so cool to live in America. It'd be so cool to do this. I want to be a Power Ranger. I want to be a Ninja Turtle. When I came to New Zealand, I realized, you know, the Western world's a little bit different. I was trying to fit in too much, and I got bullied a lot. I didn't sound like the people here. I never really fit in, so now I'm just doing me. I'm just being my own self.
Adesanya found his purpose in a small corner of Auckland at the City Kickboxing Gym, which is now adorned by a wealth of combat sports prizes, a collection heavily contributed to by Adesanya.
See all these checks behind the wall? 3 of them are mine. 2 of them cruiserweight, 1 heavyweight. And they go along with these belts.
Adesanya going in for the kill.
King of the Ring belts are behind there.
What a shot! Just beautiful work.
That's my AFC belt. That's one of my last MMA titles from Australia.
Middleweight champion, the Soulbender.
That's my Hex belt. I got that one as well from Australia. Yeah, we keep racking them up, just as we do.
Joining Adesanya at UFC 234 will be featherweight Shane Young, who recognized his teammates' abilities early on.
In New Zealand, we have some of the best kickboxers ever, and he's fighting 3 of them in one night, and then a couple days later, he goes and fights some of the best boxers in the world and beats them in both their styles. It's almost as if the UFC was made for him to come in and just show all these different styles.
So here he is, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, and this man is calm, cool, and collected.
It's pretty rare you see a guy make his UFC debut with this kind of hype.
Oh, uppercut followed up with a knee.
Strikes are quick and they're accurate. And he's starting to take Wilkinson apart with the strikes. That hurt him.
Israel Adesanya, so-so according to him.
The rest of the strikers in this division, you're on notice.
Styles make fights. I'm the style bender. I know how to adapt to each and every single one of them.
You can't touch him. It's hard to find when to throw and what to commit to.
Oh, Adesanya lands a flush right.
Faking, he's switching stances, giving a bunch of different looks.
I can fight going forward. I can fight going backwards.
Takedown attempt for Tavares. Oh, wow. Look at Adesanya now. Nice defense there by the New Zealander.
He has been the boss. He has been the bully. He has led the dance.
And the last style bender's starting to go to work.
Sideways, I'm ambidextrous, bistantral, trademark.
The unbeaten Adesanya burst onto the scene
Another combination.
with 3 UFC wins in just 5 months.
Israel, the last style.
So the promotion would match its surging prospect against top 10 knockout artist Derek Brunson.
I'm in his face. I saw him. He can't even control his emotions. He's just coming in here trying to flex. Don't worry, November 3rd, I will deliver.
Israel, you're skinny, bro. Hey, you better lift some weights, man. You're skinny as hell. I'm not worried about you.
Bring that chin on the platter, and I'll clean it off as well.
So here is the unflappable Israel Adesanya, 4th UFC appearance here tonight.
I mean, he's just so effortless and fluid, and the way he throws those shots. But this is without a doubt going to be the toughest guy he's ever faced. I mean, Derek Brunson has a real resume.
Does the hype train continue tonight?
Look at that, right on him.
Good early sign for Adesanya, able to stay upright. Right hand of Adesanya got Brunson's attention.
He's got to be careful that Adesanya doesn't set him up for a knee as he tries to do that as well.
They all underestimated me.
Derek Brunson is so strong.
They just kept on saying hype, hype, hype. And I am the hype train, and I ran him over.
Oh, he stunned him.
Oh, big left and a right. Now the uppercut in the knee.
Can he survive?
Oh!
Oh, he's hurt
again. Oh, another knockdown.
Wow.
Israel Adesanya knocks Derek Brunson out in round 1.
That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's the last style bender, folks.
They don't know. I started the game at level 2. They're just loading, so I got in his head. And I got him to start to work and shoot. I keep saying, man, I don't throw and hope. I aim and fire, down the barrel.
The next step in Adesanya's rise will come against an opponent unlike any other in mixed martial arts.
Anderson! Oh, he is in big trouble. Anderson Silva!
Another
down
knee
goes Franklin!
Former UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva,
The new middleweight champion!
is entrenched in the history books
He is the best. He's the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet.
for his record 16-fight win streak.
A brilliant job by the champion. Deep trouble. He's down. Down goes Griffin.
That saw him defend the title.
He's the fastest. He's got the most accurate strikes. He's got the most well-rounded game.
And obliterate light heavyweights as well.
That's Silva trying to finish it!
Done.
He rocks him again!
This fight's gonna be stopped right now.
Oh! He front kicked him in the face. Wow! And he rocked him. He hurt him. Ladies and gentlemen, the most dominant champion in the history of martial arts.
Anderson is a gifted athlete. He's always been gifted. He has the right amount of everything. He has the right amount of agility, the right amount of confidence. And people seem to forget. I mean, a lot of times out of sight, out of mind. But I can tell you, you know, don't blink. Anderson Silva is still Anderson Silva. And I'm very confident that Anderson is gonna win this fight.
Silva's career has more recently been defined by tough decision losses to world-class opposition, including former middleweight champion Michael Bisping.
Bisping is looking to hit the switch on Silva.
Michael's pouring on the pressure.
And reigning heavyweight king Daniel Cormier.
Good ground and pound here by DC.
But while the Spider returns at UFC 234 from a 2-year layoff, he emerged victorious in his last outing.
Perhaps the greatest legacy this octagon has ever seen.
And remained active inside the gym.
I've never stopped training. Every single day I try to make my mind better and my martial arts skills better and my personal life better.
To prepare for the striking challenge posed by Adesanya, Muay Thai coach Jason Park has brought in glory middleweight champion Alex Pereira.
Quando você fizer a defesa, vamos pôr essa mão à frente, Anderson. Pega o time da entrada e trupa junto.
Alex Pereira!
He's fought all over the world in kickboxing, brings a very electric and exciting style that leads to many knockouts. One of those knockouts being Israel Adesanya.
Alex is the best kickboxer in Brazil, and I try to absorb everything Alex gives me.
Só defendeu. Jab, chuta, vamos mudando aí, tá?
He brings a lot of knowledge to this camp.
Movimentando. Guarda em cima, Anderson. Guarda em cima, Anderson. Vamos girar para sua direita.
We can understand not just pure Muay Thai, not just pure boxing, not just pure kickboxing, but being able to blend elements together.
Time.
Silva will be well prepared for the talented Adesanya.
30 segundos. 30 segundos.
And a high-profile win could mean a storybook ending to a Hall of Fame career.
Guarda, Alex. Guarda em cima. Isso, Anderson. É isso aí. Esse timing que você tem que pegar, ó. 10 segundos.
Israel is the great challenge, and I pass this. Hopefully I fight for the belt, and I win and take the belt and drop the mic. It's done. Over. The great challenge, and I pass this. Hopefully I fight for the belt, and I win and take the belt and drop the mic. It's done.
During the heyday of former UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva,
Hopefully a fight for the belt.
He not only defended the belt 10 times,
Ladies and gentlemen, the most dominant
heyday
champion
of
in
UFC
the
middleweight
history
champion
of
Anderson
martial
Silva.
arts.
He raised 5. He not only defended the belt 10 times, in the heyday of UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva.
Growing up as a kid, people was like always mention MMA and that's my dad.
In the heyday of UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva.
Growing up as a kid, people was like always mention MMA.
A brilliant job by the champion.
Inside to the octagon with him, celebrating the joy of victory.
When moved over here to the U.S., I gotta do this. Like, I want to follow the same steps.
Inside to the octagon with him, celebrating the joy of victory.
22 years of age, Gary is preparing for his ultra naked.
Inside to the octagon with him, celebrating the joy of victory.
22 years of age, Gary is preparing for his ultra naked.
Not easy.
Sai lateral, Gabriel. Sai lateral, Gabriel. Isso, mais uma lateral. Avança lateral. Sai lateral, Gabriel. Sai lateral,
Gabriel takes inspiration from his father, Anderson Silva,
That kid's the truth.
He could just, like, you know, stop anytime he wants. For him to, like, you know, just say, yeah, I'll take the fight and just really challenge himself, you don't see that a lot. We're training hard, and it's going to be an interesting one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
While Auckland is a bustling cityscape, the surrounding areas offer a wide range of natural getaways. And when UFC middleweight Israel Adesanya is not inside the gym, he can be found reaping the benefits of New Zealand's peaceful environment.
It's cool. It's refreshing and just kind of grounds you. That's why I like to take my shoes off or my gum boots off and be in the water, in the land. That's why I like to take my shoes off or my gum boots off and just relax, get away from everything.
Good girl.
Land. That's why I like to take my shoes off, my gum boots off, and just relax, get away from everything. People get to see like 15 to 10% of my personality through the filter of the TV on the screen. It's part of me, but it's not all of me. People get to see like 15 to 10% of my personality, but I don't really need the filter of the TV on the screen. It's part of me, but it's not all of me. People get to see like 15 to 10% of my personality, but I don't really need the filter on the TV on the screen. My friend, I'm just a regular dude who does extra regular. You get to see like 15 to 10% of my personality, but I don't really need the idol on the TV on the screen. My friend, I'm just a regular dude who does extra regular. You get to see like 15 to 10% of my personality, but I don't really need the idol on the TV on the screen. My friend, I'm just a regular dude.
Nobody knows Adesanya better than his team at City Kickboxing. With 4 fighters preparing to compete at UFC 234, nobody knows the attribute their success better than his team at City Kickboxing. With 4 fighters preparing to compete at UFC 234, nobody knows the attribute their success better than his team at City Kickboxing.
The energy that Izzy brings, you know, that's so contagious to the gym. He brings in that positive vibe and everyone feeds off it. The energy that Izzy brings, you know, that's so contagious to the gym. He brings in that positive vibe and everyone feeds off it. The energy that Izzy brings, you know, that's so contagious to the gym. He brings in that positive vibe and everyone feeds off it.
I just bring this pizzazz to the game that I don't have try. Matrix, I am the one who said it over and over again. Everyone else said it, bring this disaster again. I don't have to try.
Always pushing each other to be the best we can be. And every week we do King of the Wall.
Whoever gets the most takedowns at the point, into the 30 minutes, the most points wins.
Every week we do King of the Wall.
Whoever gets the most takedowns at the point, into the 30 minutes, the most points wins.
Every week we do King of the Wall.
Being around the wrong thing, there's no doing my father. In a situation like everyone, most properly, everything understands the role. It's a beautiful mixture, it's a beautiful. It's no doing my father. In a situation like everyone, most properly, everything understands the role. It's a beautiful mixture, it's a beautiful. It's no doing my father. In a situation like everyone, most properly, everything understands the role. It's a beautiful mixture, it's a beautiful. My confidence comes from my work. So people should be now or yesterday. My confidence comes from my work. So people should be now or yesterday. My confidence comes from my work. So people should be now or yesterday.
Adesanya will represent his team proudly at UFC 200. Motivated by the idea of a victory over Anderson Silva. He was once Adesanya's greatest. Adesanya will represent his team proudly at UFC 200. Motivated by the idea of a victory over Anderson Silva.
And I remember watching them just like, what is he doing? He's just having fun. So I like to have fun when I fight.
Understanding of distance and the ability to control.
I remember watching him just like, what is he doing?
Showing some creativity on the strike. A lot of pitches in his game. Even that Anderson Silva kick right through the center.
He doesn't like to compare. He said that he's the first Israel Adesanya.
Showing some creativity on the strike. A lot of pitches in his game.
The difference in speed, the way he's able to deliver his strikes, very noticeable.
He said that he's the first Israel Adesanya.
Showing some creativity on the strike. A lot of pitches in his game.
The difference in speed, the way he's able to deliver his strikes, very noticeable.
He said that he's the first Israel Adesanya.
Good head movement again from Anderson Silva.
Footwork is just a big difference. Footwork for you.
I don't have nothing to do. I just try to do something special for my team. I don't have nothing to do. I just try to do something special.
Plan for the spider to show up in peak.
I don't have nothing to do.
Plan for the spider to show
vai estar com grande mobilidade, a grande eficiência dele é a agilidade, ele está mostrando isso nos treinos dele, vai estar com grande mobilidade, que essa será a melhor versão que nós veremos no ano. A grande eficiência dele é a agilidade, ele está mostrando isso nos treinos dele, vai estar com grande mobilidade, que essa será a melhor versão.
Every single middleweight has to be on notice now.
Kid is out of level 11.
Every single middleweight has to be on notice now.
Kid is out of level 11.
Every single middleweight has to be on notice now.
Kid is out
age, Whitaker the odds of 27. If Cuban Romero is 41, you see Romero highlighted there in midweek by 2 ounces. And after that belt is not on the line, it's a hand cut. Now for the introductions, here is if Cuban Romero is 41, you see Romero
ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Acted by the Illinois State Athletic Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The action begins by the referee charge of the octagon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the action begins for those in attendance at UFC fans watching us from the world. This is the most youth training hall. The action begins for those in attendance from the UFC fans watching us from Chicago, Illinois. Record 13 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185.2 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Pinar del Rio, Cuba, presenting the 2000 Olympics freestyle wrestling silver medalist and the #1 ranked middleweight contender in the world, presenting Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 20 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, presenting the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Robert the Reaper Whitaker!
Joel.
All right, gentlemen, we've been to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. You just touch gloves. Good luck to both of you. Good fight.
Standing room only at United Center in Chicago, Illinois. The undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Robert Whitaker. And the #1 contender, Yoel Romero.
All right, round 1, sir, you ready? You, sir, ready. Let's go, fight.
And with that touch of gloves, we are underway. Romero in red, Whitaker in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
And right away, Whitaker doing to Romero what Romero did to him, attacking that front leg with a side kick, trying to hyperextend that knee.
What he did so well in the first fight was use that power side. The straight right hand, the straight right kick. Always keeping Romero guessing with that.
Romero has only been finished once as a pro in MMA. That was Fei Zhao back in 2011.
This, I think, is an underrated part of Romero's game, is that defense. Luke Rocco threw some leg kicks. His shin started bleeding. He said it was like hitting steel.
Whitaker working off of that jab early. His coaches all talk about his adaptability and his ability to make adjustments mid-fight. Romero covers up to avoid that left hook offering from Whitaker.
That's one thing Romero does, man. He kind of sets this timing, and you don't expect anything, and suddenly he explodes. He fights in spurts.
Yeah, he loves you. Yep.
Romero has yet to throw a strike. There's a big left.
And the first strike is not a jab.
Slip by Whitaker. About 2 minutes gone by here in round one.
Ooh, Jesus.
Everything he throws is like a grenade going off.
Well, he's definitely got an idea. He's thrown 2 of those. What he's trying to do is connect with a bomb.
One thing Robert Whitaker did that impressed me a lot in the first fight is he tended to fight very tall. And what I mean by that is he was never in position for a flying knee to catch him. He would always kind of chin tuck. He would stay a little bit straighter to avoid the explosive flying knee of Yoel Romero. He's very quick with that.
Well, Romero has such a weird style of like slow motion movement combined by superhuman speed. When you combine those two, it's just so hard to figure out what's coming. Ooh, nice shot over the top. Caught him in the ear.
And Whitaker continues to attack that lead leg with that side kick. A lot of Romero's finishes have materialized late. A UFC record 6 third-round knockouts for the Soldier of God.
Oh, there's that left hand again.
As we mentioned, an uptick in the kicking game of Whitaker over his last several fights.
I like the way Whitaker's keeping that jab in his face, always giving him something to worry about.
Whoa.
Now, win or lose tonight, Robert Whitaker will remain the undisputed UFC middleweight champion.
That's a hard pill to swallow for Romero.
And if you think Whitaker would be happy walking out here with the belt after a loss, you don't know Robert Whitaker. He really wants to win this fight. That does not take any pressure off of him that he keeps his belt.
Body kick is there for the champion. Under a minute now to go round one. Romero keeping that guard high. Romero misses with the left hand counter.
So far, no even attempts at the takedown. It's all about that left hook. Shortened it into an elbow there, but using that left side.
Interesting that he's choosing to do that. And he's staying almost entirely orthodox. Oh, there's some power to that.
And that is the same left knee and leg that Whitaker injured so early on in that first fight. Had an MCL injury going in that was compounded by Romero.
Keep an eye on Romero's right hand because he's not throwing many right hand punches. Woo!
Deep breath, Joe. Deep breath. All right. We all just held our breath right there.
That just punched the hole through time.
Sonic boom right there in the middle of the octagon.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep. Deep. Look what's happening. He felt the weight cut. He's looking for one big shot. Okay? He's looking for one big shot. Justin.
Rob, use your feints, use your speed jab. Your speed jab's there, and when you punch straight down the middle, if he's got that high guard, come around the loop, come around the side.
You're doing good in the bottom. You're doing good in the bottom. Go to the top. Give me the combination in the top. When he comes in, hit him with the back. When he comes in, go into him to him. It's all yours.
How about Kelvin Gastelum? You would think among the more interested observers here tonight. And Chris Weidman a few seats down with a win over Kelvin Gastelum his last time out. So perhaps Whitaker's next opponent will come out of those two tonight. The task is Yoel Romero.
That side kick again. He's sliding in nicely with that front leg side kick to the front leg. Whoa.
What's important to keep in mind is Yoel Romero for years, for his entire life, has done a sport where you have to explode for a 3-minute period. It rewards you for explode for a couple minutes, get your energy back, explode again. He's adapted that cardio pacing to his MMA career. That's how he fights, in spurts. Robert Whitaker keeps the pressure on. Always with the jab, a little more efficient with his pacing. Will Romero, way more explosive, in a good and bad way.
Interesting defensive tactic here with that forearm.
Yeah, he's fighting very strange. And you gotta wonder how compromised he is by that weight cut. Robert Whitaker's corner brought it up. He looked terrible yesterday. He looked terrible after he had a chance to partially rehydrate and do the ceremonial weigh-in. He looked bad.
But I would be very careful as Robert Whitaker's corner to say, hey, look, in Perth, Australia, he looked awful. Perth, Australia had a horrible weight cut. Perth, Australia, he knocked out Luke Rockhold in a similar way. It was kind of like he was just standing there, then boom, boom, bang. Don't sleep on this guy. Don't think he's weak or compromised. That's what he wants you to think. Right. I would tell him that as well.
Well, Whitaker certainly isn't sleeping on Romero, but he expected a different approach. You know, at this point in the first fight, he had already attempted 8 or 10 takedowns. Hasn't attempted a single one tonight.
Yeah, he's fighting very strange.
If I'm Whitaker's corner, I say, I don't care if he starts flying in there. You stay behind the jab. I don't care what he does, it's weird and unorthodox. Stay behind the jab, stick with your game plan, keep picking him apart from the outside.
Whitaker's doing a great job with that front leg. Front kick to the body, side kick to the knee. He's just constantly sticking him with that front leg.
And points those toes into the midsection. Doesn't look like fun.
Zavat-style kicks, they suck. Toes right in your midsection.
Romero starting to attack the body pretty well. Whitaker returns fire effectively.
The way Yoel's fighting, it's like he has to win by knockout.
And how about the swelling, Joe and Jimmy, on that right eye? Nearly shut.
Looks almost closed.
And that's very quick. That happened very quickly. Wow, that looks terrible.
Yep.
Look how fast that happened, too.
He can't even see out of it.
Wow. That is stunning how quickly that swole up. Just out of nowhere.
Wow. Looks like it might have been a jab on that side. Just clipped the bone right around the eye.
And this is going to give a sense of urgency to Yoel, for sure. Because that is so bad, that could stop a fight.
But also depth perception. Once it's gone, it's hard to get your strikes going.
Big high kick from the champion.
And you haven't seen one commitment to the takedown from Romero. That's stunning. Especially something he doesn't need great depth perception to do. Explode into the double leg or single leg.
Man, that eye is done. It's totally closed. And it was almost instantaneous. And it's getting worse. Usually when you see something like that, you think fractured orbital.
Almost every time.
Romero starting to throw caution to the wind here, perhaps thinking that eye might not last 25 minutes tonight.
It's crazy how you can get hit with 100 punches and that never happens. You just get hit with one weird one, that eye shuts up.
Ooh. From what we're seeing on replay from our producers, looks like a jab. Not even a big shot, just the placing was right.
Romero's landed a few significant strikes here.
Nice inside trip, not getting it.
Yoel is fighting with much more urgency now. Like that eye just lit a fire under him.
And the cut man can't get in there soon enough to attend to that right eye of Yoel Romero, who eats another jab here late round 2. All right, right into the blue corner of Yoel Romero.
Atiéndeme acá. Suéltate más, suéltate.
Get
Vamos
loose.
para el tercero, suéltate más. Y hazle todas las cosas que tú estás haciendo. No puedes irle más para atrás.
Get loose, stop going back.
No estás trabajando en el encuentro. Cada vez que tire, suéltale. Cada vez que tire, suéltale.
Every time he throws to you,
No,
throw back.
Yo y la ¿Cuándo viene? ¿Cuándo viene la rodilla? Ya le cogiste con la rodilla.
You already got him with the knee.
Now this is the jab that may have caused that swelling. Look at it right here, right against the bone on the right side. Then here's a head kick. Listen to it in real time. Check it out. Woo! Sounds like a home run.
Yeah.
Wow. Now he blocked it. Good stuff.
Partially,
but
right.
It shows you that's the power he has in that leg, and Romero felt it.
His eye looks much better. He did a great job with that end swing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Really pushed that down well. It's still a big problem, though. Oh! Robert Whittaker wants revenge for that jacked up knee.
Great kick. Look at this switch right through the center. I think Robert Whittaker fighting with much less fear of the takedown.
Oh! Massive right for Romero! Whittaker forced to retreat here.
Desperation time now. Trying to take down the Olympian, the Olympic silver medalist with a single leg. You know he is hurt when he's going that Kimura trap. Champ's in big trouble.
Big deep breath from Robert Whittaker, trying to stay upright here. Crazy start to this third round. And a definite window of opportunity for Romero, who lands an uppercut.
Oh! Robert Whittaker with an elbow.
That forced a level change from Romero, who lands again. Back and forth we go.
Nobody backing up. They are forehead to forehead throwing.
There is a lot of time left in this round, and Yoel Romero just emptied the gas tank.
But Robert Whittaker rocked. Absolutely rocked. You cannot doubt that at all. He's eating some big shots.
No question, but he wasn't compromised coming into this fight by a brutal weight cut.
That may be the difference. That may certainly be the difference right now.
Elbow for Whittaker lands flush. Under 3 minutes.
Still staying on top of him, though.
But only Robert Whittaker knows how badly he was hurt and how much he's gotten back. Nice spinning elbow. Just when it looked like it was going Robert Whittaker's way. Man, that's the power of Yoel Romero. Right back in this fight. Unbelievable. But man, he is gassed.
Right. Big knee to the body by Whittaker.
Look at that jaw hanging open.
He's just taking a breather here.
Yep.
Romero had a body lock briefly. 2 minutes to go in the round.
Woo! Oh my goodness. My heart can't take it. This is a crazy fight.
We need a medic for Joe Rogan, but we're not going to stop watching.
Jab.
No way. Wow.
Left hand for Romero.
Whittaker's got to move his head and survive another minute and a half. He needs that minute, in my opinion.
Oh!
Because he is hurt.
Oh!
Romero with punches and bunches here. Whittaker forced to circle out.
This is crazy.